All right, are you guys ready to see scenes from highest to lowest? Let me hear you. Let me hear you call. Are you guys ready to see some scenes from highest to lowest? All right, all right. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce the cast. Coming to the stage is Miss Ilfenesh Hadera. Give her a round of applause, guys. Miss LaChance, come to the stage, please. Give her a round of applause. And the handsome Mr. John Douglas Thompson. Give him a round of applause, guys. And without further ado, please give this man a round of applause. Mr. Spike Lee, come to the stage. All right, all right, all right.
Where's Spellman at? Where you at? Where's the house at? The house? All right, we're not at the garden. Stop. And that's not the Boston Garden either. Ooh. Don't start. I got the mic. How's everybody doing? The first night of the... Let's give it up to the Ransoms. They've done it, I think it's the 23rd, 24th year. Give it up. So we're honored to be here for opening night here in the festival. I'm sorry, but we're not showing the whole motherfucking film. That ain't happening. But we have some choice cuts. And I'd like to say hello on behalf of my brother, Mr. Denzel Washington. Give it up. This is the 5th joint of the dynamic duo, D and Lee, in order: Mo Better Blues, Malcolm X, He Got Game, Inside Man, and now the 5th film, Highest to Lowest. This film is not a remake of a great film by the great Japanese filmmaker Akira Kurosawa, the film being High and Low. This is not a remake, this is a reinterpretation. Now, we all loved Julie Andrews singing My Favorite Things. But when John Coltrane, it's a different vibe. You put that stuff on it, hot sauce and all that other stuff. So this is not a remake, a reinterpretation. So we have some choice cuts, some clips we're gonna share with you, and we're gonna have a dialogue up here on stage. So Ilfenesh, why don't you start, because my colleagues right here this is their first Spike Lee joint. So why don't you start off, Ilfenesh?
What am I starting off with?
All right, we'll see you in the next one.
What? Should I?
No, just your experience of this
film? Oh,
yeah, I mean,
you know, I laugh. You know, you and Jeffrey and Denzel have such a wonderful dynamic. It's easy as the lady amongst you, not because you're not wonderful gentlemen, but to feel a little bit left out at times, because you have worked together so often and you really have this rapport that's amazing. And it's also fun to sit and watch you kind of kid around and give each other a hard time and talk about shooting Malcolm X and Mo Better Blues. But this is also, I think, the 5th time you and I have worked together. 5. I believe so.
Count them.
One was The Brick, which never saw the light of day. It was a pilot produced by Doug Ellen, directed by John Ridley, I believe, written by you, based on the story of young Mike Tyson's life. It was HBO, and it was when, Entourage was hot. And I thought...
That's back in the day.
It was a long time ago. But I quit my hostessing job. I think I had 1 or 2 lines in the pilot, but I was like, this is it. And I was like, this is it. I have arrived. And it didn't get picked up, and I went, back to my restaurant job with my tail between my legs. But that was the beginning of, me being embraced by the family that is 40 Acres. And that's really what it is. I mean, you look at so many actors that, Spike, you've worked with once, and then once turns into twice and 3 times, and you've created this incredible world. It's a universe. And it's not just your actors. I mean, it's your PAs, it's your Teamsters, most of whom are black when that is a really tough industry to get into.
Sir, don't do that, please. We've asked, there's no filming. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I say that to say there's 1 and 2 and 3 was, I guess, She's Gotta Have It, right?
2 seasons.
2 seasons of that.
Then we got canceled.
And it got canceled prematurely, if you ask me, and probably most people who love that show in the audience. Yep. Netflix is so crazy. Anyway, and it brings us to this, and the question is, like, what's it like to work with Spike? And you walk onto his set, and most directors, I don't know what most directors have on the back of their chair, but Spike's chair says coach, and I'm sure some of that is to do with the love of sports, but a little bit. But it also, for us, is really how you approach the days on set. You come in enthusiastic, you have a game plan. You experienced that, you too, I'm sure. He's, totally prepared, but also willing to kind of improvise, go with the flow, see what works, what doesn't, rehearse, rework the scenes. Joy of a collaborator. So that's a long-winded way to kind of describe just a portion of all these many years working with you. That's what brings me joy. That was one of our, a question for social before we walked in, what brings us joy? And joy has kind of eluded me this year, but to be able to sit up here with this family and celebrate this film has been really spectacular and special and brought me out of some hard times.
The first clip we're going to see is between a father and a son. So can you set up with who played your husband and who played your son?
I believe the scene you're referring to is the scene in the bedroom where Aubrey Omari, who plays Trey, my son, who's a really wonderful actor and beautiful musician, is upset because he's learned the news.
No, we're going to see it, but
okay, fine. I won't introduce the scene. I've said too much.
And
then, of course, my husband, Denzel Washington.
All right, this is entitled Father and Son. Let's take the lights down and roll. Denzel's character is a music mogul. He's the founder of his label called Stacking Hits. And he's, in the film, we have meeting the heir apparent Quincy Jones, and then later on, that's in the film, and later on Quincy passed away. If you have not seen High and Low, this is a reinterpretation that is about a kidnapping. And they snatched the wrong kid. They got Jeffrey Wright's son, and there's a ransom, $17.5 million. And so the great thing about the Kurosawa film, which we worked on, is the moral dilemma. I think that when you see the film, you think automatically, what would I do if I was in a situation. Oh, you'd do anything for your child, but what happens if it wasn't your child? What are you gonna do? And so this film deals with the moral dilemma. And some of them lines, Denzel has 2 sons. So he probably had practice, dealing with his sons, and, you gotta keep them in line. So it was, I felt that we didn't have to have coverage for this. Just put the camera in the middle of the thing and let them go. There's no cuts, no nothing, and we didn't do a lot of takes either. Just let the actors go. So give it up again for and this next clip falls right in what we're talking about. And I'm sorry the great, great Jeffrey Wright is not here. Give it up. My neighbor, representing Fort Greene, Brooklyn in the house, but anyway. Is Brooklyn in the house? All right. Is Boston in the house? Hey, any of you people that play golf, stop hitting golf balls on my grass saying Knicks suck, Yankees suck. You suck, Spike, so stop doing that. It was you, right? No. Tire you with the Sharpie on your tennis balls. It's my house. If I want to fly a Yankee flag, fuck it. 18th hole. Oh, it was funny though. When the Knicks defeated the Boston Celtics, I took down the Yankee flag and put up a Knicks flag. And on Instagram, I said, there's a new flag for the state of Massachusetts. And I love Tatum. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. Nobody. I mean, he's a beautiful brother, baller, but he's not playing next year. Halliburton ain't playing next year either. Orange and blue skies. Anyway, back to the movie. Now, you know I had to get that in. Worldwide West, where you at? What are we gonna do, Worldwide West? What are we gonna do? All right, anyway. When you're able to work with giants like Jeffrey Wright and Denzel, and they're at the top of their game, and it's just the 2 of them, roll. Denzel is great with improv. It was not in the script to use that grenade. When he comes to it, say, looks around and knows what he can use to build the scene. My prop guy, he put a grenade there. And Denzel used that for really his exit. That's the type of deep actor he is, where it's not just what's written on the pages, is what he can add to it and lift the scene up. And you lift the scene up, you're lifting up the film. So he's very aware. I mean, sometimes I'm like, in my mind, so I can't be talking while he's rolling, but I'm laying in my mind, I'm singing, damn, D-A-Y-U-M, damn, and then I put the D on it, damn, D. I mean, it's been a blessing to do 5 films with him. All right, moving right along. the detectives and talk about our brother who's not here. There's three.
There's three detectives. It's me. I play Bridges LaChance, who's right next to me. What's your character? Bell. And y'all know the dude from the Mayhem commercials. Him. It's Dean Winters, but most people know him as Mayhem, so he's kind of mayhem in this too. So it's us three trying to like really help this family with what's going on for them, and we're all quite different in our personalities. And as I said, Mayhem is, well, you'll see. You ain't gonna see him here, but when you see it, you'll see it.
The experience.
Oh, you know what? There's a scene where you reference the Sisters of Spelman. Talk about that.
All day. I am an HBCU girl, though. I went to Morgan State.
Morgan State.
Orange and Blue Crush. Yes, I was a captain of the Foxy Dancers, but okay. It's another lifetime. But yes, I am in the film. I play a Spelman grad. And all day, I was very proud to be on that set because I don't want to give it away, but I do have a line about.
No, give it.
Okay.
Say the whole. Describe it.
Describe
we don't
it.
have this. We don't have the scene, but you tell us the scene.
Okay, well, in the scene, there's a discovery being made by this brilliant woman who graduated from Spelman. And I'm putting together the pieces in this moment. And one of the fellow actors, well, one of my boss says, "How do you know that?" And I say, "Spelman, baby, Spelman grad. Spelman excellence, all day."
But what did you, tell us what you.
Tell us what I was putting together. You want me to give
the weight, the bags.
Oh, I'll tell them what happened. All right, well, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of the story. I didn't know how deep you wanted me to go.
You got the mic.
I'm gonna let them know. So there's a moment when, you know, it's $17.5 million, and we can say that it was Swiss francs that he wanted the money specifically in Swiss francs because...
Not US dollars.
Not US dollars because it's much heavier. So my character figured out the reason he wants them to be in Swiss francs is because it's easier to carry. It's lighter. You can't carry around all that money in cash. You got to have it in bigger denominations. So Swiss francs is what it was, and that's my Spelman education got me to know that.
Wasn't it Swiss francs so it would fit specifically in like a Jordan brand backpack or something like that?
Yeah. Wes, tell Mike that. We had the backpack that Denzel's character carries throughout the film with the $17.5 million is the Jordan logo. So let Mike know. All right, now we're gonna watch this scene where you guys are grilling Jeffrey Wright.
Talk about
my
how much
two
fun
colleagues here, this is the first scene of the film.
I know, we like, can we keep that rolling for a minute? Because, you know, I got another line coming up. I want to hear that.
We both had a couple more lines.
We had a few more lines coming up.
Well, there's a thing called editing.
Yes.
I have a great editor, the great Barry Alexander Brown.
But that was one of the joys of working on this project with you, Spike, was that we got to improv and we got to be in the moment. You know, my first love as an actor is theater. And so in theater, yeah, that's right, theater girl. But in theater, you know, we have an opportunity to dig in rehearsals and break it down. And Spike's on the set with Spike, we also got to do that, which satisfied the theater actor in me because it took it more we went deeper into the characters. So there were moments when, you know, the end of the scene would be done on the page and that camera was still rolling.
We'd keep it going.
So we were rolling. We were rolling. It was a lot of fun. I remember quite a fun things happened.
Yeah, because there was the room for for the improv to play, I guess, what was on the page, but, as you were saying with Denzel, to kind of lift it up a little bit. And there always seemed to be at the end of scenes another way to end them other than what it was on the page. And so that whole French joke at the end,
Oui.
the oui,
That was added.
and I think even the penis joke, was that added, that Jeffrey said? You don't remember it?
What do you say?
That was improv too.
That was improv.
He said something about his penis.
Being tired just then?
Yeah.
That's in the
Roll
film?
the clip, roll the clip.
That's in the film?
Yeah, you don't remember.
He says, suck
and
my...
that's why the wee comes in at the end.
Because he says, suck my...
yeah. And so the wee comes in at the end.
The wee.
But it should make this R-rated film. It's R-rated.
It is R-rated.
Okay, so we good.
What are you going to say,
I
Ilfenesh?
know, I just have a question as an actor. How often do you find that the mistakes are usable or useful? Sometimes, I think of one scene in this film that I think has not made it to the film. It was cut, the press conference scene, right? And Cut. Damn. Is that because I stunk it up or because for time it was out of there?
Didn't need it.
Didn't need it.
I mean, you shoot it, but then in the editing room, it has to come together. And Barry, my great editor, Barry edited School Days, Do the Right Thing, Malcolm X, all the films. So, we know what we got to do. And if it doesn't work, out of here. And, but here's the thing though. If I have the right actors, we're gonna do improv. But everybody can't improv. Everybody can improv, so I know it's a director's job to know who could do that and who can't. And the actors, as yourselves, they could act, you got the green light.
Well, it was.
But the other, I don't know. Cut!
It was obviously, Spike, very important to Denzel to know that the actors who'd be supporting him would be able to spar because, I got my appointment for an audition at 40 Acres. I knew Denzel was going to be there and it was going to be a chemistry test, right? I had the material memorized, I'm ready, I'm good, I feel prepared. And then my agent, Kite Gersh, reaches out to me and he says, look, be prepared to improvise. And I said, oh gosh. So I knew going in that he was going to want to go off book and play, and that's when I got nervous. It wasn't, the chemistry test with Denzel. It wasn't the scenes that I'd prepared. It was not knowing what he was going to demand of me, right? Because it's Denzel, right? Like, am I going to be able to?
So let me ask the both of yous. When you're, the both of yous, this is Brooklynese, yous.
We're from Brooklyn, yeah.
So, how is it working with a giant like D? Are you nervous, or ask?
I will say it terrified me, only because and I'm sure I'm not the first person to say this, but this was the first time I was working with you. Mm-hmm. And so while I was doing scenes with Denzel, part of my character was like, you're doing a scene with Denzel. And then the other part of my character is trying to fulfill the role that's in the script. But I found that he is so available, like to dance on the edge of his craft in every moment, that you don't know what it keeps you. He's unpredictable in the best of possible ways. So he's incredibly present. But what I started to realize was he had such an insight into his character and into his ability to, whether the words were on the page or not, to identify his character, that I knew in every scene that we did, whether it was just me and him or all of us, that he was going to improvise almost at every moment.
Talk about that scene where you walk into his office Where he had, at this point in the film, Denzel has not decided whether he's going to pay
do it or not.
the $17.5 million ransom.
Yeah.
It's you and him. You knock on the door, you come in.
Yeah, I knock on another, I'm knocking on the door, I'm like, oh, goddamn, I'm in the scene with Denzel. Intimate scene, I'm in his corridor.
Were you scared?
I wouldn't say.
Forget the word scared.
Yeah.
He got that aura, right?
But in a good way, as I think my character would be, because you're testing some waters. I don't know what's going to work based upon what I'm saying. We're kind of playing a slightly cat and mouse game to be in control. I'm trying to help him resolve this situation, but then he's just going to take control anyways. So in that
Why
scene,
is he just going to take control?
well, because I think
It's his movie?
No, it's his movie, and it's his character's nature.
Right.
And that's part of his own dilemma is, do I relinquish control to other people to help solve this problem for me, or do I do it myself in some degree? But I walk into that scene, and he's, I'm trying to, convince him to follow what we're gonna do. We have a plan that will help him get his, if he goes along, we help him get his money back. And, I remember he just started riffing on Aretha Franklin and all these other musicians. He's out of nowhere.
There are pictures in the
There are
on the
pictures,
wall.
well, and he's looking at all these pictures, but then he starts asking me, my character, which was not in the script, like, what kind of music you like? Do you remember this?
I don't remember that.
And I think I said, and I don't know if we kept this unless it's edited out, but I said something.
Nah, it's out.
It's out?
Yeah.
It's out, okay.
Tough
I ain't gonna
business.
say shit
Tough
about it.
business,
I ain't
tough
gonna
business.
say shit about it. But I said something about Ludacris. He said, no, Denzel asked me if I like Ludacris in the scene, by the way, not on the script, and I said, nah, I don't like Ludacris. And he said, why not? I said, because he's ludicrous. And you didn't keep that?
I don't remember that.
You
I don't remember that.
But it did. But I felt in that scene it was really like being in the lion's den. I think when you're doing a scene with, like, you're in his den.
He has a presence.
You don't know. He has a presence and an aura, and you don't know what is going to send him in which way. But you can always trust in the fact that, like, it's going to be good for the movie. It's going to be good for the scene. It's going to be good for the character.
Ilfenesh?
I had the good fortune of having my audition, like I mentioned, at 40 Acres, which has felt like home for a long time, right? So I felt like I was on familiar ground the first time I met him. Not to say I wasn't nervous, because I was, about the material and wanting the role so bad that you can't go into a situation like that and not have nerves. But went in there, I felt like the audition went well. And then we had about 2 weeks of rehearsal before we went to set. We did. We had long rehearsal days where we really went through the material, got to know one another. So by the time we did get to set, it felt like a really, familiar kind of dynamic, But he is someone, though, that you kind of let dictate the mood, the tone of the day, for sure. It's first thing in the morning, and you're not running up to him going, "Hey, how you doing today? What's going on? How this weather? Wow, it's hot."
Yeah.
You have to.
None of that. None of that. He ain't playing that.
Yeah, you have to.
Nah, son.
You have to read the room, and I think that's totally fair.
Yeah. Well, he's in every scene. Literally, he's in every scene.
It was wonderful to watch Jeffrey and Denzel's interaction for me.
Giants.
They were just watching the both of them in their scenes. I would stand over there and watch them on the monitor just to see, and I knew what was happening, but just to see the work that they had together, because as everyone has stated, Denzel he's live. He's like in the moment, and you have to be ready for whatever is coming your way. But I was so impressed with the way Jeffrey the way his character was so well suited opposite Denzel for this film. They were very different, but just as powerful. In, like, Jeffrey's reserve was just as powerful as Denzel's intensity. It was just really, really strong to witness that. I enjoyed seeing that.
Yeah, it's a lesson in how you can be powerful. There's not any one way.
Right. But I was nervous too, walking on the set with Denzel Washington. But he does give you, he puts it right back in the acting, right? It always goes back to the truth of the moment. And he would even help out some of the younger actors on set. He would be advising them and say things like, just tell me, don't think about it, just tell me, just what do you want to say? Speak up, tell me, and Denzel, poor young man is like, but he got it out.
But my man is like light years ahead. Like, he's playing another game, you know what I mean? Like,
Another level?
You're aware of that, and so, once I got over the idea of like, damn, you're doing a scene but I'd pop in and out, like I couldn't help it, but pop, because then I'd see him do some Denzel stuff that we've all seen, that we love. And I was like, he's doing that, he really does that. Like, it's happening right now. In this moment, he's doing his thing, whatever, you know what I mean? And so for me, it was just a thrill, just as an actor. I come from the stage, and what was that, a harmonica?
You know what? On my set, if the motherfucking phone goes on, when the camera's rolling, that's $100.
In the theater too, 25. Just a little bit
40
cheaper.
acres is 100.
We ain't making that kind of money.
H-U-N-N-N-I-T-T-T. 100. So let's turn on. Let's be respectful, please, and turn your phones off. Thank you very much, black folks. Can you get off track a little bit? Denzel on Broadway, Othello. You got the mic?
Yeah, come on now. Here was the fascinating thing. While we were working on the movie, this particularly happened when we did some scenes in the subway. And so I would tell Denzel that I was getting ready to do a production of a play that he was getting ready to do. So I was going to do a production of Othello, but in England, and he was getting ready to do one on Broadway. And what amazed me is he would go right into Othello's lines like he knew them, right? Like from the first time that he did the role. So we were like exchanging different lines from different scenes of the play. And so
While we're setting up?
While y'all was setting up shop.
That's all you were doing?
He would be playing Othello.
Matty Labatique is fast. You didn't have that, that's the cameraman, great cameraman. You had that much time to rehearse Othello?
We did scene one. We did 3 scenes of Othello.
Oh, here's another thing. I know but historically, on my sets, when there's a Knick game, a home game, motherfuckers know they're going home with
Early. Because he
It's
got to
a
get to
short
the
day.
game.
No, the Knicks are playing tonight. Honey, I'll be home for dinner. They know it's gonna be a short day.
Not at 5. But then, and so it just kind of blew my mind that he had all that still in his head, readily available to him while we were working on the movie in which he's in every single scene, right? And yeah, really, seriously. So it made me realize that his roots are obviously in theater and how much of a lion he is in that arena as well, right? Not only in movies, but also in theater.
Yeah. And he talked about that a lot on set. He was
Excited about it.
He was very excited. He said, I'm not doing anything after this movie until I get to Broadway. And he said, that's it. He had his mind right. He was thinking about training for it. And while he was doing lines with you, he was asking me about the schedule. He was like, so Sean said 8 shows a week. I was like, that's right, 8.
What did he ask you?
About how many times a week. I said, you doing that 8 times? I said 8 times.
He didn't miss a show.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't?
No, he did not. He did not miss a show.
And he might go down as probably I bet it is, as a Guinness Book of World Records, as the oldest Othello to have completed a run on Broadway. Maybe in the world, like most people that play that role
How
in
old
their
was Paul
50s.
Rollins?
He wasn't, what is Denzel?
Denzel was older than Paul
Yeah,
Rollins?
Denzel, when the tail of the tape is measured, they'll come out with that fact. which is amazing.
All right, Ilfenesh, we got your scene.
Well, okay.
All right, let's roll. Go ahead.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen my face that close or that big.
You blame Matty Labatique, the great cinematographer?
Do you ever wonder why they have to get so close?
So close.
No, but that's Pam in a nutshell, right? She's a strong woman. When I'm creating a character, I don't do loads and loads of backstory, especially if it's right there on the page, which it was. But it was very clear to me that she was his kind of North Star. And in this moment, he really needed some honesty and some direction and guidance, but also love and compassion, because he's really, in between a rock and a hard place. He's on the verge of this major merger that's basically going to see him regain control of his failing business. And he stacking hits. And he has, unbeknownst to Pam, sold their house in, I don't know, maybe Martha's Vineyard,
It was not Martha's Vineyard.
Where was
Don't
it?
even try that. Denzel's character ain't that crazy.
What else did he do?
He ain't selling Martha's Vineyard home.
Spike, what else did he do?
It's not Martha. It could be Sag Harbor.
Oh.
Or East Hampton. But not Oaks Bluff. Not the Vineyard. Crack is whack.
But the point is, she's just learned that he's made this major decision, without consulting her, taking a second loan out on the house or whatever, mortgage out on the house. And this is the Pam. This is the reaction you see. She doesn't come down hard on him, but she's, frank and lets him know what's at stake, with love and openness. And that was important to me, not to create this character who was, couldn't see where he was coming from or why he made these decisions.
Talk about the scene before this where he talks about the first time he saw you at Quincy Jones' Grammy party.
Yes, he's trying to kind of soften her after he's made this omission to her. And he's like, oh, you were the most beautiful woman in the party. You think I'm not nervous sometimes? I mean, I had to come up to you, I approached you, and I had to ask you for a drink. And she says, it was your party, and Quincy Jones had just introduced you as the future of music. Right? I mean, so that paints the picture of who he is, too. Smooth talking, also ridiculous.
So our last clip for the night. For the last clip of the night. I mean, we're going to talk about this, some more, but this, I'm not even going to just play it. ASAP. He has two songs for this. Another song, Eyes Wide Open, and he's not just a rapper. He's an actor too, and I think it's interesting. You were talking about the aura of Denzel, and it can be frightening, but for him, he's like, fuck that. He's like. He's go toe to toe. And the thing is that even before he looks like he's Denzel's son. So that added a whole nother level of father-son. And he was on set. He was an actor. And so he wasn't faking the funk or none of that. He was like right there, present, ready to go toe-to-toe with Denzel, you know, when it was called for. And that just lifted the whole film up, because I've seen it, you know, where Denzel could just take over a scene. And sometimes that might not be the best thing for the movie. So it was, and we rehearsed a lot. And he has tremendous respect for Denzel. But the role called for, you know, like, you got to stand up to him. And there's scenes, you know, at the climax, it's amazing. So I was, and the two songs really fit into the film too. He plays a rapper in this film, and from Harlem, uptown, and he's trying to get on. He many times he's tried to get with Denzel's character, wait outside the office and just show up, and wasn't getting no love, so he felt that he had drastic measures. That's all the clips we got for tonight, you know. But it's not over and over. So why don't we could, you go this way. I'm gonna wrap it up. Or we're gonna say something about the experience of the film.
Well, I mean, I don't
Opens
know.
August 15th.
Yeah.
And on Apple, September 5th. So see it in the theaters, please.
Yeah,
first.
see it in theaters. No, I mean, I've seen the film once. I was really blessed to see it at Cannes, where I'd never been before, and saw it in this temple of cinema there. So I feel this kind of like, yeah, well, okay, we've seen the clips and they're great, but I can't wait for you all to see the movie. I feel like even just clips, you know, just pieces of a film, hopefully you get some sense of what's in store, but it's so tremendously full of energy. I thought we were going to show clips from the Eddie Palmieri Puerto Rican Day celebration. That is the sequence. Show it.
We don't have it. We could play a song, though, from it. So while we're having this question, can you just go back to the beginning of the first song on the thing? Don't play it yet. Can you do that? Can you do that? All right. You done? Yeah. All right, let's on.
It was really a tremendous experience for me as well, because this is like a love letter to New York.
Oh, don't play it yet.
Oh.
I'll give you a cue. Come on now. All right.
So the film is like a love letter to New York, because it really is shot in New York, shot all over the city. We were in the subway, we were on the bridge, we were everywhere. It was wonderful. We were in Yankee Stadium, we were everywhere. It was really wonderful. But it was just, you know, this film is really about relationships, familiar relationships, about integrity, and about even though we have good friends in our lives, they're still like family. And it's about the community and what you do and what you value within your community and how you show up. And watching Denzel and the character that he plays really deal with this dilemma, this struggle that he has to choose to make this really intense choice.
Moral dilemma, right?
This moral dilemma that he has to, really, it's really difficult, but to watch this brilliant actor really take us through all the different stages to get to that decision that he finally had to make, and then to be committed to making it is really brilliant to watch. So this film is not only about, as you may know from High and Low, you may know the plot, it's really set on this group of incredible, this family, this beautiful black family, set on this family. You really get to see a sort of a deeper level of how we relate to each other, and it's just really, really beautiful to witness and to be a part of.
I think maybe the best way for me to encapsulate the experience is a long, long time ago, I was a computer salesman. I wasn't an actor. I sold computers to banks. I was with my girlfriend at the time, and we went to see She's Gotta Have It. And Spike was a young man promoting the film, and I met him outside of the theater.
I was selling t-shirts.
Yeah, and I
the
remember,
film.
and me not knowing much about, acting or anything, and I'm just coming from another world, but I did ask you to your face, you obviously don't remember this, I said, is the film any good?
Was this a 68 theater that used to?
The one on the upper west side?
Yeah, the 68. It's not there. It's not there
it's
anymore.
no
There was a
longer
Barnes
there.
and Noble right next to it.
Yes, no longer there.
Bet.
And he said, yeah, it's good, go see it. And I said, I'm going to see it with my girlfriend.
Well, what'd you ask me again?
I said, is this film any good? And I said it like that with an attitude,
And what'd I say?
Because I was a corporate salesperson. And you said, yeah, it's good, go see it. And I
Did you
said,
buy
I'm
a
going to
t-shirt,
see it.
though?
No.
Why'd you buy a t-shirt?
I wasn't ready to go that far.
$5, $5,
I wasn't ready to-
$5.
you said- I wasn't
$5.
ready to go that far with you. And so to come full circle and to actually be in a Spike Lee joint is the story for me. You know what I mean? So I'll close it on that.
Can we turn the lights on, please, before we hit the music? I want to thank everybody. We're not done yet, but this is love Martha's Vineyard, love OB, I love our black folks where we come here in the summertime. So, thank you. And also, again, the film opens August 15th. So a little context for the song. Rocky's is a character who's behind the kidnapping. I gave it up. You knew it anyway. You knew it anyway. No, you knew. Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, right. Anyway. You're not that smart? You didn't get it? All right. So, to show how intelligent his character is, his character's name is Young Felon. To show how, that's his name his rapper name. To show how smart he is, how intelligent he is, how he can outwit New York's finest, the NYPD. Denzel's character has 17.5 billion in Swiss francs in his Jordan black backpack. And he has to drop the Jordan black backpack. And he's and Denzel has a phone and he's giving instructions. The first instructions, get on the number 4 train. And that at Borough Hall, that's in Brooklyn. And the last stop before and then line of 4 train is Yankee Stadium. And this particular Sunday is Puerto Rican Day Parade. So and then that particular Sunday, the hated Boston Red Sox are playing the Yankees. So, mayhem. Puerto Rican Day Parade, and the Red Sox, the Yankees, 50,000. And he's on the subway, Denzel's character's on the subway. The crowd of 4 train, everybody's going to the Yankee game. And as a centerpiece of this, we had the great, legendary Eddie Palmieri Salsa Orchestra forming while all this is going on. So we don't have the picture, but we got the live recording of it. So if you could salsa, you could dance in the aisles. Here we go. And we got any whoa. Any Boricuas here? Where you at? No Puerto Ricans in Martha's Vineyard? What do you think? They say they got the island already? All right, play the music. Loud. Oh, stop. Stop. Go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning. Let me know when you're ready. So, wait. Introducing Eddie Palmieri. Introducing Eddie Palmieri. Eddie Palmieri South Orchestra is Rosie Perez and Anthony Ramos. All right. After this song, we're done. You can play it. Loud.
Isla linda y bonita, con sus aguas benditas, yo le canto a la isla de mi encanto.